So these are the 4 things that I wish that I knew sooner before getting super, super lean. Okay. Now, what I want to talk about first, and as a disclaimer, these are the four things that I wish I knew before I got super, super lean. Okay. So these are 4 things that I wish I knew before getting super, super lean. So these are 4 things that I wish I knew before getting super, super lean. Okay. Now, before I get into this, I just want to add a little disclaimer. Okay. These things happen when you are on your way to being super, super lean. So I'm not talking about just being in a calorie deficit and losing some body fat. I'm talking about when you're 10% body fat or under, you've got a shredded 6-pack, you're kind of as lean as a bodybuilder in some ways, and you're trying to sustain or maintain or even achieve that along the way. Okay, so most of you might not experience all of these effects that I'm going to talk about here. There might be 1 or 2 that you do, but these things generally happen, and they've happened to me when getting super, super lean, like shredded levels of body fat. Okay, but I want to outline, and I want to help outline that having a shredded 6-pack isn't all that it makes out to be. Okay, there are lots and lots of downsides too that people don't realize that would put a lot of people off trying to get there or wanting to look like that in the first place. Okay, the first one is that your libido will suffer. Okay, now believe it or not, when you get too lean, your sex drive goes down, right? And basically the reason why is because your body goes into survival mode, right? It thinks that you're starving. Your body isn't smart, hasn't caught up with today at this day and age at all. It's thinking like it is back in the olden days, back in the Stone Age days, back with our ancestors, okay? Millions of years ago. So if we're purposely eating less calories and getting leaner and leaner and leaner, the body literally thinks that you're starving, okay? And because of this, the urge to reproduce or the urge to have sex or the urge to meet a partner goes down massively, right? And this is just how it is. Your body thinks you're in survival mode. So while you might look your best, you might actually feel your worst and feel your most uninterested. So it's a good point to make, and something that a lot of people probably don't realize when it comes to getting down to these levels of body fat. And the next one is that you feel cold all the time, okay? This is a real thing too, and I had this a lot. You feel cold all of the time when you're super, super lean. Like everyone, you might just be sat in a room, you need a hoodie, you need to wrap up because you just feel freezing, okay? There are a few reasons for this, okay? So when you have less body fat, you have less insulation? Can't even speak at the moment. Insulation. So your body almost acts like a blanket, right? So the body fat that you hold almost acts like a blanket to help keep you warm, okay? Again, it's a survival mechanism for the body. But because your body is focused on surviving, you feel colder. Your blood circulation as well. This is prioritized to your kind of vital organs and your vital kind of areas of the body when your body is in this survival mode and it's super, super lean because it thinks it's dying. So the blood flow, circulation, more of the blood gets passed on and shuttled around to the important areas of your body that help keep you alive, and not to the areas like your hands or your feet, your fingertips and things like that, where you're going to feel the bite. So you're going to feel a lot colder in places like your hands, your feet, colder in general, because the blood circulation is not flowing evenly to all the areas of the body. It's going a lot to the more vital organs as well. And as you lose body fat, your metabolism slows down. So basically, you have less energy to go towards heating you up in a way. The slower your thyroid is acting, the slower your metabolism slows down. As you become a smaller human being, you start burning less and less calories on a day-to-day basis. You have less and less energy to go towards the processes that help regulate your body temperature and help heat you up. So feeling cold all the time, that is another thing that happens a lot when you get into them sub 10% really, really lean body fat levels. Next up is the food obsession. The food obsession becomes a real thing, okay? When you get to them sub levels of body fat, the cravings for food are very, very high. It is nasty in some ways. This is what did me in the end, that I was trying to keep and trying to sustain a super low level of body fat for a period of time, that I ended up picking up an eating disorder because of it, because the cravings were so high. Now, because you are in survival mode, your body thinks you are dying, your hormones in your body change, okay? So you have your leptin and your ghrelin. These are the two main hormones that control hunger and appetite, okay? So you have your leptin, which is your satiation hormone. This is the hormone that signals fullness and tells you to stop eating. I'm full, leave me alone. Whereas the other hormone is ghrelin, on the other hand, and ghrelin is your hunger hormone. So when you're hungry, your more ghrelin is the hormone. Ghrelin is being produced, more of the hormone is, to signal basically, I'm hungry, I need food, feed me, okay? Now, when you get to these levels of body fat, you produce way more ghrelin than need to eat, and you produce way less leptin, the hormone that says you're full. So your cravings, your hunger, your obsession for food all skyrockets, okay? I had this all the time. You'd finish a meal and you'd be literally counting down the hours for your next meal. All you'd think about all day is food. Any like adverts and things that pop up, you'll find that you're searching about food more online, or your explore page, your Instagram will all be food all the time, because it becomes almost an obsession. You get obsessed with food because your body is constantly crying out for more and more, because it thinks you're so lean that you're about to die. It thinks you're on the way to death's door. It's a safety mechanism that the body, and survival mechanism that the body has. Okay. Now this can be dangerous, and just like happened to me, because you can quite easily pick up a binge eating disorder with it. That's what I had. So it was almost like a bottomless pit. I would manage the cravings for so long until I physically couldn't anymore. I'd binge out, I'd eat everything in sight just before the point of being sick. And then I'd feel really guilty about it and try and restrict and go again. And it just became a cycle. I got super obsessed with food. I would be binging every week or so on average, and then trying to restrict the rest of the time and do things like do more cardio and more steps throughout the day, just to kind of compensate for the extra food that I've had. So this is something you really need to be careful with. I'm going off on a tangent here is one of the reasons why getting lean is great, but getting too lean and trying to stay too lean over time is not feasible for anyone. It's not healthy, it's not safe, it's not what I wish upon anyone. And the fourth thing is that your sleep goes in the bin, okay? You don't sleep very well, okay? When you have lower calories over a sustained period of time, and you're in a weight loss phase, you're in a calorie deficit, your stress hormone or your cortisol levels rise. And because of this, because your stress levels are higher, your cortisol is higher, your sleep will suffer through the night. So you'll learn that the sleepless nights are real. You wake up a lot in the night, here and there, one, because of your stress, and two, also at the same time, your body's starving as well. It wants food, so you wake up a lot in the night starving, you wake a lot up in the night stressed, and your sleep really does suffer when you are too lean or experiencing too low levels of body fat for a sustained period of time. And again, I think I've said this for every point. These are all survival mechanisms for the body. Sleep is not a priority to your body at this time. Its priority is to go out and catch food so it doesn't die. Okay, so it can add body fat and it doesn't die. Literally, that is the case. So sleep is not really a thing that's an option as such for the body. So you'll find when you do try to sleep, you don't get a good night's sleep at all. Okay. So all in all, being shredded is overrated for most people. You do get the odd person that can sit 10% body fat, super shredded year round, and doesn't have any problems whatsoever. It's easy for them. They can eat whatever they want and it's no problem. But that's just genetics for the most part, okay? Most of the time, for 90% of people, when you get too lean and too down to them really low body fat levels, you're going to feel like shit all the time, low energy. Your energy, your sleep, your libido is going to be down the drain. Your cravings and hunger are going to be through the roof. And all in all, it is not a healthy place to be, along with your body composition. It's not a healthy place to have and try and keep your body composition for a period of time. There's a reason why when bodybuilders get super shredded for the stage, they don't stay like that for after the show. And it's because it is not healthy, and it will cause a lot of damage to your body if you're trying to do so, okay?